I'm just going to open by saying that maybe, just maybe, instead of bundling Steam copies of Payday 2 with movie tickets, the people behind Hardcore Henry should have partnered with a pharmaceutical company so that way they could give out coupons for some Dramamine. I mean, if you thought the shaky cam in Cloverfield was bad, this this is another level entirely. This film is surprisingly simple to summarize. Just take any first-person action game like Duke Nukem, Call of Duty, Battlefield, add a little bit of Mirror's Edge, maybe even some System Shock, and that's this movie. I mean, it even has shades of Metal Gear in the form of the unexplained psychic powers of the main antagonist. That said, this movie is a lot like a ride at a carnival or an amusement park where the first few little bits are fun, but if you stay on it for too long, you start to feel sick. I mean, the shaky cam of this movie combined with the breakneck pace of the action, it basically makes the film a bit of a chore to get through. I mean, yeah, at first, it's adrenaline pumping, it's exciting, but there's barely a moment that allows the audience to take a break, which makes everything feel kind of exhausting, and even what lulls we do get are very few, far between, and really short, as the editing just gets really choppy because the lulls we get are, oh, well, he's just shutting down, and so we're just skipping ahead really quickly in time. I'll give this to them. The film is ambitious, and it has some enjoyable moments and even some decent moments of storytelling. But like a lot of other spectacle films, there's just not that much staying power. Yeah, the action looked cool and you feel like a badass while watching, but when you take away the unique execution and the spectacle of it, you're really just left with a run-of-the-mill, convoluted, generic action movie. There isn't even much payoff to the film by the end, it just stops, which kind of summarizes the whole experience of the film. I mean, you go in, you get some brief moments of awesomeness, followed by brief moments of queasiness, and then it all just stops after a fairly anticlimactic final battle. I mean, it's not even like there's an ending, it literally just stops. It just ends, and it doesn't really even feel that satisfying in the way that cheesy action movies tend to feel satisfying to people, where you don't really get that badass final ending, sort of. I mean, yeah, you get the badass moment, but it's just not executed in a way that feels satisfying to the viewer. As such, I find it kind of hard to really recommend this film, as, in my opinion, a theater may not be the best way to view it, because of the format of it being in a first-person perspective, but at the same time, there are certain choices in the cinematography that would make viewing this film on a VR headset more of a headache. Really, this is a film that you would just watch and then kind of forget about, aside from the fact that it just has the draw, the gimmick, and the spectacle of being entirely in a first-person perspective. I get the feeling this film is going to suffer a pretty similar fate to Cloverfield, where we'll all talk about how ambitious it is and how exciting it is, but then it'll just kind of fade from public consciousness, only to have a bunch of imitators crop up from studios and independent filmmakers who want to make something unique, avant-garde, but also on the quick and cheap, without taking the necessary steps to actually make it work. And that's my biggest worry of all. I mean, yeah, Hardcore Henry, it's ambitious, it's incredibly exciting, and some of the action sequences are done very well. However, if you do choose to see this in theaters, here are a couple of pieces of advice. Well, I guess 3 pieces technically. 1, don't see it on a full stomach. 2, avoid the motion seats like the D-Box or tremor effects. And 3, have some Dramamine on hand. All of that said, Hardcore Henry gets a 3.5 out of 5. So that's it for this episode of Romney's Reviews. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time.